Hello everyone and welcome to an exciting new episode of
MomChitChat.
Yes. As you know, MomChitChat is a platform where us three amazing, fabulous moms get together and talk about issues pertaining African motherhood. As always, my name is Nicole Chikwe and I'm joined with
Jane Ogoye.
And
my name is Modupe Enila.
Okay, awesome. So please, we thank you so much for all your feedback, all the comments, everything that you have been doing to support us. Please continue to follow us on our platforms at MomChitChat TV on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at MomChitChat TV. So you can catch up on all of this good stuff that we put out already. So today's discussions are hot topics. So it's going to pertain around a lot of the conversations that I've been seeing on social media in the last couple of weeks. So let's get into it.
Okay.
The first one I want us to talk about is there's this meme that's been going around of, I don't know if you guys have seen this. So it's a meme of a picture of a mother coddling like her son and feeding him like a bottle. In one, and then the other picture is of the woman screaming at her daughter, like veins coming out of her head and everything. And the purpose of the picture was to show that African mothers baby their sons, obviously, and are screaming at their girls and are harder. So do you find that in Nigeria, we are softer on our sons, but much tougher on our girls?
Well, I would say that, yes, moms from the last era or last decade, they do that, but not millennial moms. Where I think the narrative is changing, and we're taking the bull by the horn, making sure that gender equality is a thing.
Absolutely.
That's my take on that.
What do you think?
I think we younger generation of moms are, like she said, changing the narrative. We now realize that we can't afford to treat our sons with the kid gloves and then get on so hard with our daughters, because we always say, you're not just raising your son, you are raising someone's husband, you are raising a potential father, uncle. So I mean, you don't want to spoil that those future aspirations. You know, your dream, the dreams you have for your son. You know, you want him to be responsible, a well-rounded man in future. So it starts from now. You know, when he's growing up from the toddler years, he has to learn responsibilities.
It's really important.
Yes, he's a boy, he's your son. In some homes where the boy is the only son, they tend to treat him like a king. So such a son grows up feeling he should be served. You know, but we need to break those barriers. We need to, you know, change those narratives, because we want our generation, their generation of fathers, you know, men to be much better than what we have right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I think the older generation, I think, got it wrong with that.
Yes,
I think that we came out with amazing women. I mean, you see the women today, like women are going so far, achieving so much, working so hard, like just doing really, really incredible things, and are still expected to take care of a home, and they're still getting married, and they're still having children.
That's true.
And you find that a lot of the men in our generation, not all, but a good number of men in our generation are handicapped because they've never really been pushed in that way.
Yeah, that entitlement mentality.
Exactly.
I'm not meant to do this.
Exactly.
It's not
they
in my
carry
place
it into their adulthood, and then it just doesn't drive them to work as hard. It doesn't drive them to work as hard at jobs, in their marriages as well.
They're not
feel
hands-on
entitled.
dads.
They're not, because
they're
like, oh, that's not my work. So, but I completely agree with you. Like, you know, the millennial mother is kind of breaking away from that, because we have had to live with these sons.
Yes, and we're not going to treat.
We can't make that mistake with our sons. We can't afford it.
You make that mistake at your own detriment.
Exactly, honestly.
You either get one of the two, blessings or curses.
I agree completely. So let's continue to do that. You know, shout at the girls, shout at the boys, shout at everybody. Amen. So another one, a couple of weeks ago, there was a trending topic on Twitter that a couple that just gets married should wait before they have kids, or they should wait before they start thinking about having children, and they should be waiting for at least a year. So what are your thoughts? Let me start with you, Jane. Should couples wait for at least a year? Because you get things like, oh, you're trying to get to know each other. You know, you're still trying to explore yourselves in your relationship. You need to enjoy your marriage first. So what do you think?
I think in an ideal society, I mean, this is what it should be. But we are in a very peculiar society. And like I was telling you the other day, I mean, on your wedding day, on your wedding reception day, the chairman at the wedding is saying, in 9 months' time, we are going to gather here. So that's pressure. When the officiating minister is joining you and your husband in holy matrimony, he's going to say that in 9 months' time, we are going to hear the cry of a baby. Your mother-in-law, when she's praying for you at the traditional marriage, she's saying this. So already at the mindset, at the back of the mind of a typical Nigerian couple, we need to have children. And you know the womb watchers, right?
Yes.
They count it down for you.
They do. Even
They
if you're not
count.
counting yourself.
So ideally, that is what it should be. But I feel it's at the end of the day, it's still a personal decision between couples. But I feel for older couples, people who got ladies, you know, who get married late 30s, you know, as we grow older, our our fertility rates drop. So I feel you should, I mean, go with it, like begin to try, get on it. But that is if the society allows you. You need to be strong enough to stand your ground. I mean, you don't need to explain to anybody, oh, we are waiting for 1 year, we are waiting for 2 years. And people are very insensitive. Sometimes these couples are actually trying. And they are TTCing, but it's not working. So, I mean, just mind your business.
I like that.
Well, for me, I'll just say whatever rocks your boat. If you want to wait, wait. Because the truth is, nothing really prepares you for motherhood, whether you wait or
not. You don't wait.
Nothing really prepares you for it. But my own opinion, from my own experience, I would have loved to wait.
So you didn't wait?
It was the same night.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
God was just so, you know,
good.
It happened anyway. So I would have loved to wait a bit. I would have given myself like 6 months or 8 months to get to, you know more about my husband.
Right.
Marriage is it's totally different from relationship. Let me see. We're now together. We're doing things. Are you hands-on? Let's have the baby talk. Let's talk about responsibilities before prepare before we go it. For me, anyways. But I mean, whatever rocks your boat, whatever, if you feel that you want to go ahead and
try immediately,
fine. As long as you both have
you're on the same page.
You're on the same page, and you both have that understanding that baby is coming in the next 9 months. This is your role and this is my role. So that the baby won't come in and then you start saying, oh,
and there'll be
confusion.
Trying to.
I also feel if for a couple who have dated quite long, you know, dated 5 years or more, I feel, this is me just speaking, once you get into the marriage, I think
the next thing is
you can, because I think you should have gotten used to yourselves. You should have even discussed those things in your 5-year courtship, you know. So I feel maybe in cases like that, maybe.
So if you haven't been together for 5 years, let's say you've been together for a year,
I think it's short.
Married. Okay.
This is my opinion, though. I think it's a bit short because marriage, like she said, is a different, you know, ball game. Yeah. And when the child comes, you know how it is. It changes everything.
It changes the marriage
everything.
Itself, so.
Okay, yeah, I completely agree. I think that there are a lot of factors to consider. Yes. I think I didn't even think about that age being a factor. Like, okay, I'm 37, I'm 38, I'm just getting married. Perhaps I cannot wait another year because at that point, every 6 months counts with your fertility and you know the viability of your eggs and all of that. But it's whatever works for you. I personally didn't do it. Like I'm like you. Like it was pretty much that same day I got pregnant.
We tried.
Listen, no, that's we're together.
We tried, and I know at some point I did TTC, and at some point I hated my menstrual cycle.
Of course.
So I know what it is like to actually wait. You know. But looking back, I don't think I would have, at the same time, I don't think I would have loved to have it immediately.
Right.
Because I feel that waiting period, it was tough. I won't lie to you. Did bring us closer. And so it was easier for us to maybe appreciate the children
when they
came. Because my husband and I had the most fun when we were waiting.
Really?
Because we traveled. You know, we did so many things. We had fun. Sometimes we laugh about it because these women came into our lives and they changed everything. But we are also grateful that we had the opportunity to
really
enjoy
be by
ourselves.
yourselves. Yeah, that's something that I think I missed out on a little bit. Okay. Really good insights.
Yeah.
So mental health awareness, another very, very, very important topic for moms. So as we know, the first week of February is dedicated to children's mental health awareness. And now the most common childhood mental disorders are anxiety disorders, depression, ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. It's like ADHD, yeah. And so in the light of this topic, there's been a lot of conversation about the amount of academic pressure that we are putting on kids now. Like now, you know, my kids come back with so much homework. I don't know what it's like with you guys.
We're the same thing. And I already told, I already called to my son's teacher that he's not going to do the homework. When they resume, they'll do it when they go back to school.
Because
this whole 1 week is for play. We're doing a whole lot of activities and homework is not part of it.
I like that. So you already told his teacher straight up.
That's nice. I love that you already accepted.
Exactly. So do you agree that, or do you think that the current educational systems we have in place in Nigeria placing unnecessary pressure on children?
I think it's overwhelming for the kids. They're kids. Their brain is just developing. You shouldn't even pack it up, jump pack the whole thing. They'll be confused.
Right.
So let them just pick it one after the other. You don't have to. I mean, sometimes my son will come on with 6 homeworks for the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is like punishment. That's like 9 to 5. He's not even
he's
like a 9 to 5. He's not a career.
Yeah.
He's not a career person.
You know what? I had this conversation with my their principal in school. I actually chatted her on WhatsApp. And I was like, I feel it's too much. Like my kids, they are in primary 2 and they have like 15 subjects, if I can remember.
Wow.
15. Wow. So I was telling her that I think it's too much. Because now these kids are just learning to pass exams.
Yes.
They are cramming.
Yes.
And so what she told me was, this is the age where their brain can, what was the word now? Their brains can take on these things.
Right.
We are trying to give them a solid foundation so that when they grow older, let's say they get into secondary school, they can withstand the rigors, because she said then it will be tougher. I said, really? And then at the PTA, which held recently, I mentioned it. So other moms didn't see it as an issue. So a particular mom said, no, leave it all. At least they are keeping them busy. They are being engaged. And then the principal repeated the same thing she told me. And so I was like, okay.
That's very interesting. I don't know how I feel. Like, I'm definitely one. I mean, I'm a product of Nigerian educational system.
But when you told yours was overwhelming like this, I think it has always been.
I
think it has always been.
Or do you think that because of your age, at the time you wouldn't feel like, okay, this is really overwhelming? You don't even know what overwhelming is.
Let's not forget that we had time to play. We will do the old 10 tests away and the other activities. We have time.
Because now they finish school, they'll do lesson.
Yes, there's no time.
Some of us will still go a step further and get a lesson tutor to come to the house. So I think we should find a way to balance it. Play is very important.
Yes,
play is
really
very important.
Play
is super important.
I'm a big advocate of play. It's really important.
Because that's when they even learn.
Yes,
I agree.
It's really important.
So let's hope that we can continue to find a balance for
around
these kids, because at the same time, you also don't want them to suffer academically.
Oh, yes.
Because even if you feel like, well, I don't want to put my child under stress, this is the standard and other kids are going to have to do it. So you don't want them to also fall. It's really confusing.
It is, but we should find
a balance. That's
a healthy balance.
Yes.
Yeah, I completely agree. Okay, everyone. So we're about to take some viewers' feedback. First of all, we want to thank you so much for the countless DMs and emails and messages. It's been amazing. We love hearing from you. We love reading your feedback. So please, please, please keep it coming. If you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, anything you want discussed here on the channel, please let us know. We love it. We need more.
Please send them in.
Send them in. So right now we're going to go through some of the feedback that we've gotten, some comments, and should we go through them now?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's go on.
So, number 1, on the special love episode, at Niger Stay at Home Mom says, From an elder sister of a Down syndrome lady, she's 37, I can write a whole book on the impact of special needs, not just on that child, but also the family. Many people didn't play with us in school. Many men left me because we had her in our family. Wow. We never locked her away. Also, as my mom is aging, she's facing a new pain of who will take care of her like I do, who will love her like I do. It's a hard thing, but love conquers a lot of these issues. Wow.
Just wow.
I never thought about that. Like, men would actually be put off pursuing a relationship with you. Like, there's Down syndrome in your family. That is wild.
It happens.
Wow.
Even beyond Down syndrome. Some people, if you have anyone maybe in your family who is mentally challenged,
they would consider that and just run away.
That's wild. Well, that person's not meant for you, sis, so that's fine. And with finding who will take care of your sister, someone will come up. It will happen. So don't worry about it. And your mom shouldn't worry about you either. Yes, so much love and positivity. Everything's going to be everything's going to be fine. And thank you so much for this comment. This was really amazing.
I love the openness.
I know,
very
that was
open
amazing.
and real.
Thank you so much at Niger Stay at Home Mom. Okay. So on the episode of Nannies and Mommy Friends at the Oge Show, hi Oge, says, I think these friendships stem from husbands being friends and then you meet them at schools and stuff. It is actually necessary. There's nothing that can be done abroad that can't be done here. Regarding, I guess, like mommy circles.
Friends.
Mommy
how
friends.
to make mom friends.
Yes. Well, I think she's right though.
Yeah, it's easier when your husband is
friends.
friends.
Absolutely.
So
and when they are very close friends, the wives also have to come together.
Yes, exactly. You're forced to come together, and that's nice. And then when you meet them in schools, I like school mom friends.
Oh yes,
so you can have conversations
when
about
your kids
schools.
are both in the same class.
Yes,
it makes more sense.
Exactly,
because that's like the easiest way
to bond and just relate,
because you have something.
And your children are facing the exact same set of issues. So that's really interesting. Okay, very good point. The Ogi Show, thank you. On the episode about breast health awareness, at Kelch Designs said we should encourage girls to check their breasts before 18, probably from 15, because she noticed her first lump at about 16 while still in secondary school.
Wow.
That's really interesting. Early. I think doctors, and I might be completely wrong, but I think doctors advise from 18 because before that, because of hormonal issues, your the consistency of your breasts might change from month to month. So I think from age 18, it's a bit more stable, which is why they would start advising to test from then. But for anyone who finds any lumps in their breasts, I would say please consult a healthcare professional. Get checked as soon as possible so that you can feel comfortable.
Because I know that when you're in your teens, before you get to 18, half of the time you have those hard balls, but those are normal. So sometimes you might mistake that for something else.
Yeah, but let's not forget that these kids are really growing.
They are changing. The diet has changed, but at the same time, it's always important to speak with your doctor.
Exactly, that should be your first port of call. Always check with your healthcare practitioner around you. Thank you so much at Kelch Designs for that. Okay, on the episode about giving birth, at Olaomi Onoumi said, back in the days, it is natural with no drugs. It's natural with no drugs unless death is imminent. Government hospitals won't ask you. Family members and in-laws must not hear that you cannot push. The day your child offends them, he/she will hear the story of his/her life. Now drug fill him or her head. Imama no fit push.
Jeez.
Wow.
Africans.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Well, I think, and we've also learned as well that there's just still so much stigma surrounding childbirth
so much.
and
the epidural debates.
It's wild, but as we know, what's important is healthy, happy baby. However the baby comes out, and women should still not be stigmatized at this point for that.
Especially from the in-laws.
Exactly.
And it's so amazing that most times people who stigmatize are actually supposed to be enlightened people. So gone are the days where you say they are illiterates, because you find a lot of educated illiterates right now.
Yes, you're right.
So,
wow,
it's important.
Okay. On the episode about mom friends, at Nancy Ovia, hi Nancy, says, Mom friendship is just like seeing you in someone else. They get to understand all the pains, joys, and every emotion without you having to explain anything.
True.
Whenever I meet a first-time twin mom, the feeling is always mutual.
Yeah.
You know, yes,
That's
this
true.
is so true. As in, whenever I meet a mom,
Yeah.
maybe a C-section mom, and I just
can
feel like,
connect.
no, I can actually connect. Like, I mean, we're in the same WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
I get you.
We're together.
I also feel that sometimes the reason why some of us are not able to make mom friends is because we are not open.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to actually come out of your shell. Let me give you an example. So during Valentine's Day, I was thinking, I went to the supermarket thinking of what to get for my children's classmates.
Oh, cute.
So yeah, because they picked some people and were asked to buy gifts for them.
Okay.
So I walked around all the aisles. I was so confused. And I noticed another woman doing the same thing. So we were just walking around. So at some point I said, she must be a mom. So I just walked up, please, what can we buy for her? She said, thank you. She said, thank you. These children will not kill me. I said, they won't kill us too.
Amen.
What are we going to buy? It's okay that she saw one purse. So we ended up buying purses.
Aww.
Because our kids both chose girls.
Okay,
you know.
amazing.
So we ended up buying purses. I don't know her name till now. She doesn't know my name, but the fact that we are mothers and we could connect on a particular issue made it easier for us to relate. So I think maybe if I was really lacking maybe mom friends, I would have gone a step further. Maybe I should have done that.
Yeah.
Ask her name, what school, and who knows, her child might even be my kid's school.
Exactly.
But we connected at that instance because we were both in the same shoes.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
exactly.
You know, and we checked out, we paid, and we both left.
And I think that's why, mom platforms and mommy communities are so
Really
important
important.
because just having conversations with other moms,
Yes.
you're
You're not alone.
You know you're not alone. And then when we come together, we can help each other. Look at how both of you came together and found purses.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks, Nancy. Okay. On the episode about special kids, Atmogu Grace Moore said, I learn a lot from you all, my amazing and good-looking mommies. Woo!
Aw, thank you.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you. I'm a working mom with 2 kids. I can really relate with what Mrs. Namaka is saying. My first daughter had a speech challenge. They kept on telling us all sorts of scary things. I was changing her school every term until I finally took her to a very small school close to my house, and the owner of the school dedicated a lot of time to her. Little did I know that what she wanted was just attention, which I never gave. She finally fell in love with her teacher and started talking.
With her teacher.
No, and started talking. Her
Okay.
teacher discovered she has an accent, an American accent. Now she talks fluently like an American citizen.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay, I don't know where the accent came from, but I just thank God that she's talking. We thank God she's talking too.
The accent was brewing.
Amazing.
It was cooking.
It was cooking. That's
Amazing.
why it couldn't just come out
Yeah,
like
exactly. You
that.
have
The
to
whole
cook it.
thing.
Yes,
It's okay. Let me
but
just.
that's really, really amazing.
She touched on a very important point. She said she later realized that what her child needed was attention. So sometimes it just made me realize that sometimes it is not what it is. It's not what it looks like.
Right.
So your child may not be a special child. He just needs that extra attention, which is hard for a lot of us to give these days. And I usually say it's quality over quantity. So you don't have to spend 2-4-7 with your child. So that 1 hour, that 20 minutes, that 15 minutes that you can squeeze out time, it's important that you're intentional about those hours.
I agree. And what I would add to that as well is that I love that you had a concern and you kept working at it until you found a suitable solution, because a big fancy school might not be the ideal situation for your child. So I love that she tried different schools, even if she was changing every term. She's like, I knew this isn't working. I'm going to find what works best for my child. And it paid off in the end. So we're so happy, and please send us more information on your daughter. Thanks. Okay. On the episode about special kids, Atwa says, I wish I was sitting with these wonderful mothers to talk about Down syndrome, or rather the special needs problem as a whole. I'm not yet a mother, but I'm a teacher to special needs children with all categories of special needs conditions. It's not easy, but it's fun being with them. They are truly gifts from the Almighty. we have a lot to talk about them. In short, I love my specialization.
Aww.
That is so amazing. I think teachers who actually work with special needs kids are so special themselves because it takes so much to be able to do that. And you can see that they take so much gratification in seeing the children progress and grow. I think you are incredible.
You're amazing.
You're amazing. Please keep
and
it
your reward
up.
is here.
Yes, both here and in the afterlife. Amen. So one particular clip that we had put on our Instagram page garnered a lot of attention and got a lot of feedback as well, which we wanted to discuss briefly. So it was a clip about natural versus what was it? Natural versus
vaginal versus
no, natural.
epidural.
We're talking about no. I think the clip was who has experienced the joys of natural childbirth without that was pain free or something like that,
and with an epidural. And the other one was with an epidural.
Right. So that was what we were discussing, but we feel like a lot of people kind of misunderstood that and interpreted us saying natural as us somehow belittling people who have not had vaginal births or cesarean section births. We at MomChitChat are for all kinds of births. We think any birth is amazing and spectacular. And what's most important is a healthy and happy baby and mother. So we're all for moms delivering whatever way that their medical practitioner or their doctor deems fit
for them,
as long as everyone comes out on the other end healthy and happy. So just to clear that up, because we've been getting a lot of comments
regarding that. In between the three of us, we've done C-section,
epidural, non-epidural, so we
none is superior.
None is superior. We have like a holistic view of childbirth, I think, and like you said, none is superior. Healthy mommy, healthy baby, that's all.
It doesn't matter if you were cut or if you pushed.
It doesn't matter. Or if you had drugs or you didn't, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What works for you. Okay? Hope we've cleared that up. Please don't send any more emails regarding that. Okay, so on the episode about giving birth, at Chini Baby says, had my first through an emergency C-section after over 12 hours of labor and augmented labor, getting to 10 cm, pushing and baby not coming out. Wow, that must have been tough. I was weak when I was told it would be a CS because Hebrew woman. Had my second through vaginal and didn't want an epidural because Google said it's better not to have an epidural for a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after C-section. The doctors advised me to in case there was an emergency. I accepted it and it was the best choice. I think the discussion these days should be about women not being bothered about the method of delivery. What's important is that mother and baby are fine. My next is definitely with an epidural. The 9-month stress and contraction pains before delivery is enough. I hear you, sis. Like whatever, I've had an epidural. An epidural was great. I've done it without an epidural and it was stress. So, I mean, I don't know. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you.
Because we definitely have different pain
thresholds, exactly. So,
and your doctors will always advise the best way.
Exactly. So that's the most important thing. Please just seek your doctor's advice on it. And good luck with the next baby. I hope you have an amazing epidural. Your epidural kicks in quick and you don't feel any pain and you're able to push out a beautiful baby.
It's just that as a first-time pregnant mom, you always want that, it has to be vaginal. I don't want I pushed, I'm a strong woman, that mentality. And I think that as mom influencers, I'm glad that we're really, really changing that mindset has to change.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, so speaking of giving birth, ladies, I have a book.
An author.
Yes, I know. It's still very surreal. I mean, it's the Nigeria First Time Preggy Mama Handbook.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
The First Time Preggy Mama Handbook. Yes.
Okay.
And it has A to Z of being a first-time mom.
Fantastic.
In it, you also find real stories from moms through C-section, vaginal birth, epidural. You find everything in there. Stories you'll be able to relate to. It's just to help first-time mothers understand that.
Oh my goodness.
I like the fact that we now have a Nigerian
exactly.
book that addresses this.
Yes.
That's such and that would be such a good gift to for like baby showers,
yes, even for TTC moms. I mean, just key into it. It's Great.
Like a
It's
handbook.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, because I bought one of those books.
Oh.
And while it was great, it would have been fantastic to have like a Nigerian
Nigerian
book.
perspective.
Yes.
So really well done to you.
Oh,
We
thank
cannot
you.
wait. Please, what's the name of the book one more time?
Niger First Time Pregnant Mama Handbook.
Nice.
Okay.
We'll be waiting. So we're going to take some viewers' questions next. Are we ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Viewers' questions. 1, do you have any advice on any business a stay-at-home mom can start?
We have a whole lot.
Okay.
A whole lot. Hair business,
Oh, yeah.
makeup business,
Yeah.
or you can start selling baby essentials.
Yeah.
You don't need a physical store to start baby business, baby essential business.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I agree. First things first, we need to know what you're passionate about.
Absolutely. I was going to
Because
say
yes,
that.
the money is good, but it's sweeter. The money is sweeter when you do what you love.
Absolutely.
So look inwards, what do you love? You know, there are so many opportunities that are bound for stay-at-home moms. So if you are digital, if you are social media savvy, you could be a VA, that's a virtual assistant. If you have so much time on your hands, you could actually have like a baby daycare. So your career moms, your neighbors can,
Drop
their
but
kids.
Please get training. Have the basic training, especially on Montessori and co, because you never can tell where it will take you to.
Yeah.
You can grow beyond your parlor. You know, what else can you do? Can you cook? Do you love to cook? You can start
another
a food business online. Do you love fashion? Can you write? You can be a blogger. What else do you do? Did you snap back so fast? You know, after you had your babies and you've been able to maintain it, you can start teaching moms how to do it. Are you a professional stay-at-home mom? You can teach moms. Yeah, you can
professional stay-at-home
Honestly,
mom.
you
you can
can
teach
teach
moms.
that.
You can teach moms how to be productive as stay-at-home moms, but
And
you
help
need to
women
prove
with
yourself.
like, their
Yes.
planning. I know someone
Exactly.
who does like plans for like nannies and cleaners and so she will help you actually structure it so you'll be
really?
able to share with your staff. This is how I want my house to be run.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's
really
a business.
nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it just helps you keep your
There are
house
so many
organized.
things you can do. Do you have time on your hands? Like she said, you can start a baby business.
Yeah.
You can cook from home. You can even do a school pickup service. It sounds a bit strange,
But then
you
we don't know
can-
our budget.
Yeah, you can always walk around it.
We don't know our
there's
budget.
so many
There's
things.
so many things. Just
So
let
many
your
things.
mind like run
Yeah.
free, because as long as you're passionate about it, if you
And
can
get
think
your
you can do
partner
it.
support.
Oh
Yes,
Key,
that's really
number
important.
Because you
one.
may be
Really
thinking
important.
of, I want to start a business, but your partner just wants you to be
stay
at
at
home
home,
and
yes.
take care of the kids
And the house.
So you don't want to clash in that area.
Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Next question.
Yeah.
Your episode on couples intimacy bothered me because I felt like my husband and I do not meet the standard when it comes to how frequent we are supposed to be intimate. I feel like we need couples therapy. What do you advise?
So there's no standard.
I agree.
There's no standard.
Well,
Do you think there's a standard?
I don't think there's a standard, but then we don't know. Their sex drives could be very different. The husband could be up here while the wife is just up here. So she needs to try to get, there has to be like a balance. They both need to come to a consensus.
It's not about how frequent. If you're both
Very
satisfied, not if you're both happy with coming
Once in
together
2 months.
intimately once a week or even once every 2. I just think it's what works for
for
you.
For them.
Because what the purpose of sex is not just for
preparation.
To mark a
procreation and
register.
for pleasure, but it's
Yeah.
also bonding.
Bonding,
So
yeah.
if you guys can still keep that bonding and still keep that intimacy, you don't have to be having sex 5 times a week, as long as someone is not feeling like they are left hanging. But if that's the case, then there are lots of people that you can speak to. Of course, here we had Olori Koitos on the
Koitos.
show. We had Secret Place
Husbands.
husbands on the show as well. And there are lots of resources.
Other people that you can
Those
speak
people,
with.
Exactly, that you can speak with and just have a chat. But most importantly, I think have that conversation with your partner.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's something lacking? Are you happy with the frequency? I think that would be a good place to start.
There was something Secret Place husband said. I don't know if you can remember. He said he and his wife always have a meeting.
Yes.
So that was one of
Their
the
monthly meeting.
Yeah, one
I
of
love
the
that.
greatest takeaways.
Yeah,
for me
for
on
me
that
as
show.
well.
Me too.
For me
Yeah,
as
so
well.
during your monthly meeting,
Yeah.
You can just
Have-
talk about
have that
it, have
talk.
the sex conversation.
sometimes we live in Lagos, which is very upbeat, you know. Half of the time, husband is out very early, wife is out very early. And you know the way our bodies are, we women, you can't get it up when you are tired.
Right.
You know, so,
Yeah,
but
stressed.
having that conversation is very, very important, because you may not feel anything about it, you know, meanwhile your husband is, you know,
and he would
thinking,
not, and sometimes
he won't open up to
he will
you.
not open up to you.
So you
and
need
not
to
want to say
ask.
anything, just so that it won't hurt you and hurt your feelings.
Exactly. But she needs to know that there's no standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no
And
standard.
then you can also be intimate in other ways. That's another really
Sexting.
great. Yeah, well, we didn't even get to the sex scene, but that's another wonderful thing I took away from the conversation with Olori Koitus, was not even just in the sexting, but in like the touch.
The touch,
yes.
or sending yourself
those little
text.
things.
You know, like, I'm thinking of you. Like, those are really nice ways of building intimacy.
Yeah, and before you round up, another thing is the woman's state of mind. You know, sex is also psychological too, I feel.
It is.
So if she's not happy with you, it won't just work. Even if she attempts to, it will be forced.
Right.
Just to please you. So she also needs to be at that level where she has that peace of mind. There's peace in the home.
So yeah, all this, I mean, I think
Factors.
the long and short is conversation with your partner.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really key.
Building intimacy outside of sex as well. And then if you feel like you need help, there's so many resources
So many
out
people.
there. So many people.
So many people.
So many people. Okay. So that was amazing.
Yeah.
This was a really juicy episode.
I love all the feedback.
I know, like, we live for the feedback. So please, please, please keep it coming. Don't forget to email us at momchitchattv@gmail.com, or slide in our DMs on Instagram at MomChitChatTV, Facebook, and make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, please, on YouTube as MomChitChatTV.
Yep.
This was amazing.
Yes.
Till next time.
Bye.